Many years ago, I was sitting in my rented house in the north of England and I was watching the well-known Old Grey Whistle Test TV show. This was before most people had colour televisions. Can you believe that? Please comment on your experiences. A fantastic thing was about to happen. The evocative track that came on was unlike anything I had ever heard before. A beautiful bass line and wonderful background singers. Keep watching and I will share some fascinating facts about these beautiful colored girls. Have you guessed already? Tonight, I want to talk about something really special. A tiny moment in a very famous song that can reveal an incredible amount about your audio system. The song is Lou Reed's classic, Walk on the Wild Side. I'm not talking about the main story, the saxophone solo, or even Lou's iconic delivery. Instead, I want you to focus on those famous backing vocals. You know the ones I mean. The soft, gentle do-do-do that drifts in and out behind the main vocal. For years, listeners and audio experts have debated this. I just want to interrupt for a short time to explain why you do not see my face or hear my voice. There are two reasons. Firstly, my wife tells me I am too ugly and frighten your family. The second is that I have lots of things to talk about and it would take a lot longer to record my voice. So, at some future time, if you want, I will do a video to introduce my ugly persona. Now, back to the show. It is a question that comes up all the time. Do those backing singers actually move forward in the soundstage? Do they get closer to you at certain points in the song? It's a fantastic question because, on a truly revealing and well set up system, it genuinely sounds as if they do. It feels like they physically step forward, closer to you, before receding back into the mix. Here's the fascinating part. They don't. I am not clever enough to know, but people argue if you were to look at the original multi-track recording, you would find no evidence to the contrary. Add your comment if you disagree or have any more knowledge. The engineer was Ken Scott at Trident Studios in London, and it is said that he did not slowly turn up their volume. He didn't pan them forward, and didn't add a burst of reverb to create a sense of changing space. If that is true, it is incredibly clever. The physical position of those voices in the mix is static. It's fixed. So, if they aren't actually moving, what is happening? Why do so many of us hear this forward motion so clearly? The illusion is undeniable once you've experienced it. What you're hearing isn't movement in physical space, but movement in your perception. It's a psychoacoustic trick, a beautiful illusion created by the song's arrangement and your brain's interpretation of it. By the way, I just found out today that this track was produced in London in 1972 by David Bowie and Mick Ronson. Watch to the end to hear about another fascinating fact you probably did not know. Let's break down how this magic happens. As the song progresses, the arrangement ebbs and flows. Instruments come in and out. At certain moments, the musical arrangement thins out. Lou Reed himself seems to step back, not physically in the mix, but emotionally. His delivery becomes more observational, less direct. In these quieter, more sparse moments, your brain and your ears are free to reallocate their attention. Think of it like being in a crowded room. When everyone is talking at once, it's hard to focus on a single conversation. But when the general noise level drops, a quiet conversation in the corner can suddenly seem much more prominent and closer to you, even if the speakers haven't moved an inch. Your brain is simply able to focus on it more effectively. The same principle applies here. The backing vocals in Walk on the Wild Side are placed in a very specific and sensitive frequency range, right in the heart of the mid-range. This is the area where our hearing is most acute. The vocals themselves are recorded beautifully. They are clean, unforced, and have a light, airy texture. They aren't aggressive or pushed forward, they just exist, floating in the mix. So, when the musical clutter around them decreases, a phenomenon we call low masking, your auditory system can suddenly resolve them with much greater clarity. And because your system's timing is precise, your brain interprets this newfound prominence and clarity as closeness. It's a primal response. Clearer, more detailed sounds are usually sounds that are nearer to us. So, the brain creates the illusion that the singers have leaned in, that they are physically closer in the room. They become more human, more present. It's a beautiful, intimate effect. This is precisely where the quality and setup of your audio system become absolutely critical. This delicate illusion is incredibly fragile. If your system has any significant flaws, the illusion completely collapses. For example, if your bass is boomy, overblown, or uncontrolled, it will muddy up that crucial mid-range, masking the backing vocals and destroying the effect. If your system has phase issues, where sound waves from different drivers arrive at your ears at slightly different times, the timing gets smeared and the brain can't lock onto the vocalist's position. If the mid-range itself is recessed or colored, the natural texture of the voices is lost. In these cases, the backing vocals will just sound like a flat, static element in the background. They won't have that life, that sense of movement or presence. You'll hear the notes, but you won't feel the performance. But when everything is right, when your speakers are properly integrated with your room, when the bass is tight and tuneful, not just a one-note thump, when the phase is coherent and the timing is spot on, that's when the magic happens. The effect becomes not just noticeable, but obvious. You can clearly perceive the singers stepping forward and back. And once you've truly heard it, it's impossible to unhear. Every time you listen to the track, you'll be waiting for that moment. This is exactly why Walk on the Wild Side is such a powerful and useful track for evaluating your system. It's not about audio fireworks like explosive dynamics or subterranean bass. It's far more subtle and, I think, far more revealing. It tests your system's ability to handle perception, stability, and the emotional placement of elements within a soundstage. It tells you how well your system can resolve low-level detail and preserve the delicate timing and phase relationships that create a believable acoustic space. If you're finding this kind of deep listening analysis interesting and helpful, please do me a quick favor and hit the like button. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and make sure to click that notification bell. It's a huge help for the channel's growth, and more importantly, it lets me know that this is the kind of content you find valuable and want to see more of. I really appreciate your support. Now, this is where it gets really exciting. In our next video, we're going to take this a step further. We're going to move from simple observation to practical action. I'm going to show you exactly how to use this track, Walk on the Wild Side, as a powerful setup and calibration tool for your own system, in your own room. We will definitely get hands-on. We'll explore how speaker positioning, even tiny adjustments in tone or distance from the R can dramatically affect this illusion. We'll talk about bass integration and how to dial in your subwoofer or adjust your speaker placement to get that clean, articulate low end that doesn't swamp the mid-range. We will even look at something as simple as your listening height and how it can change the entire presentation. Most importantly, I will walk you through what to listen for and what to adjust when those backing vocals feel flat, or maybe even exaggerated and disconnected from the rest of the music. What does it mean if they sound stuck to the speakers? What if they sound too distant? We'll diagnose these common problems and find practical solutions. The goal here is simple: to empower you to turn these fleeting moments of audio magic into consistent, repeatable improvements in your listening experience. We want to make what you've just heard about that incredible sense of presence and movement happen more often, on more of your favorite music. By the way, the so-called colored girls who were singing were actually white girls from a London group called Thunder Thighs. So, please stay with me for this journey. The next video is all about giving you the practical steps and the confidence to take your system performance to the next level. We are going to make your system not just play music, but truly communicate it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.